Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Anina Marion. Thank you for tapping in. Today we're going to talk about Excel errors. I know some of you maybe you've had issues or funny digits coming to your calculations and you aren't sure of what exactly happened. So I'm here today to explain to you exactly what happened. Yeah. So let's go to Excel. Yeah, don't mind this. So one of the Excel errors is hash div. Yeah, hash div normally occurs when you're dividing a number by zero or an empty cell. Yeah, make sure the number on the bottom is not zero or empty. Yeah, so okay, let me say for example equals 2. Yeah, then let me say we are dividing 8 divided by 0. You get it? It's an error because how can you divide 0 by something? Yeah, how can you divide 0 by something? It doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, so that is all about hash div. So let's look at hash value. Hash value normally happens when when you typed the wrong data in the formula. It's like adding numbers to text. How can you add numbers to text or subtract number to text? That makes sense. So let's say for example equals to, we are creating a formula, then it'll be like 6 then plus plus, then you put a t, letter t, then it'll be like equals, you get hash value or hash number. This one, what has come is actually not hash value. This one, what has appeared here is what we call this. It's like, okay, this kind of error normally occurs when like the formula you're working on cannot find the value you're asking for. So if you wanted to get the hash value, if you want to get the hash value, what we would have done is, instead of putting that, we would have put, let me say, put a name. My name is Marion, so let's put a name. Okay, let's not use a name because it's being a hash name. Let's use 6 equals 6 plus, okay, let's add it to a hello. Yeah, let's add it to a hello. And in this hello, let's put instead of putting maybe something, let's put this. Yeah, then we put enter. Are you getting? The value that we have put is not the exact one. Maybe it should have been C3 or D4, but we end up putting a value which doesn't make sense. That's why it's bringing hash value. Yeah, that's our second error. Then our third error is called hash name. Hash name normally occurs when like the Excel doesn't recognize the formula. It could be maybe you decide to mistakenly use the math formula instead of the computer wise formula that we use in Excel. So for example, you put equals to, then you put sum, the sum that we know. Yeah, we put the sum that we know. Yeah, then instead of putting this value no, let's use like sum with double M, then like sum, then we put brackets, right? Yeah, let me say we bring this sum of this, yeah, then we close brackets, yeah, then we put enter. Like the name of the formula, it's incorrect, that's why you bring hash name. Guys, you're seeing the difference, yeah? That's the difference between hash value and hash name. Yeah, for the hash value you use the data in a formula. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Then in the hash name you mistakenly write the wrong formula. Like let me say sum, misspelled sum, or misspelled average, something like that. So here we go to the next one, which is ref. Yeah, ref. Hash ref normally comes in when invalid cell reference, you deleted a cell using in the formula. Let me say this is what you got, then you invalid cell reference and you deleted a cell used in the formula. A cell used in the formula. Okay, let me say this, since this is a cell, let us delete. Still not making sense. How do I bring this to happen? Okay, let's first ignore that. Let's go to the next one. We shall come back to that. Ashnam. Ashnam normally comes in when you have invalid math calculation, like square root of a negative number. Yeah, and how do you fix this? You fix this by checking your numbers and adjusting. Yeah, maybe for example, you have equals to, and you have the square yeah, the square root of a negative number. Then you close. That, yeah, you have a square root of a negative number like this. Yeah, when you press you get, there is nothing like a square root of a negative number. Yeah, so it has to be positive for you not to get this. Yeah, this. So normally you have your invalid math calculations, like negative of square root. Seriously, makes no sense. Yeah. So the next one is Ashnal. Ashnal normally occurs, let me say you have or you use the wrong use of space in formulas. For example, columns or comma, like you forget to put those, yeah, because it's very important. You may see it as nothing, but a column or a comma is very important. So what we're going to do here, let me say we are getting the sum. Yeah, the sum. Sorry. I know what my hand tapped, but let's go back to our sheets. Let's go back to our sheets. Yeah. So we are going to we are on now, yeah. So every comma, every bracket, it's important. Once you don't put it there, it's not going to work. So we're going to put equals to, then put sum, then we put brackets, then we put our value, then we forget to put anything in between, yeah. Then I put 5, then I cross. You get? Now is the same as error, hash error. So this, okay, the comma may see it as like it's worthless, but when it comes to making these formulas, every comma, every bracket, every one you miss, that's it. Then let's look at hash. Hash normally comes in when like the column is too narrow, like the digits cannot fit. Like the digits cannot fit. For example, let me say I write all these. Okay, forget about this. Let me say I'm going to add. Okay, I want to get the total mean, right? Then total, let me say this, it's 1 million plus this then I'll put like this then question of this. So here we shall say equals this with time multiplication. Do you have it here? Or we could just let me see. This, and this. Then we close brackets, then we enter. Okay, my point is when like you have a number or a digit that has lots or there is no space to accommodate them, so there is normally what? A hash what? A hash kind of kind of an error that appears to show you that this column is too narrow but cannot fit. So how do we correct this? We correct this by widening the column for it to fit. Good. So guys, those are the few errors that we have. In case you have any more ideas, you have any let me say more any questions, don't forget to holler at your girl. And then Marian, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you learn more. You're here to learn from each other, or you have any new techniques or shortcuts you want me to know about. I'm also very open-minded. I'm ready to learn because learning never stops. Peace.